everyone, my name's Mary. Today we'll be playing Call of Cthulhu. The title of the adventure is King. In the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king, and you'll soon find out what exactly that means. I first got started with tabletop RPGs when I was about 10 years old, I think. We found some books in my dad's cupboard from this really old game called The Dark Eye. And we just started playing. It's like this really simple pen and paper based RPG. Like you're all humans or dwarves or elves and you're sorcerers or archers or, you know, just plain adventures. It's a really simple, like really low threshold to get started with tabletop RPGs. And I think it just spiraled from there really. We just we found other systems to play with. We played Pathfinder, Dungeons and Dragons, loads of other things in between. And we just made our own our own systems as well. My favorite things about the Call of Cthulhu game is the sanity meter. Every player, every investigator has one, and the further along the story goes, the more it will drop, because everything you encounter, every trauma, every monster, everything you can't quite comprehend will cause you to drop your sanity meter, and when it reaches a certain point, your character will go more or less insane. So that's just to prove that there are worse ways to go than death, which is coincidentally the catchphrase that got me started into the game as well. There are worse ways to go than death. RPGs have been gaining more and more popularity, I think also partly because of Corona and people just finding things to do online with a group of friends. But it has been becoming more popular before that as well. What I hope for the future of tabletop RPGs is just more systems, more different ways of playing together. I myself really enjoy all the new games that people are bringing. I'm a big fan of the Powered by the Apocalypse games, for example. They have a really interesting way of playing with the mechanics and GMing games as well, which is a big bonus. And aside from that, I just hope that everyone who's ever thought of playing a tabletop RPG but hasn't dared to because it's nerdy, it has this kind of negative connotation, that they will try it because now it's popular and now they can, which in my mind is a really good thing. I wouldn't say I'm a big fan of the horror genre myself, like in a general sense. I am a big fan though of like creating the right atmosphere that has the players on the edge of their seat, you know, anticipating what comes next, filled with dread. So what really interests me, I guess, is the more psychological aspect, what it does with you as a player and as a character at the same time. Now I'm really looking forward to the game of Fiasco, Red Front, which is the game that just happened before me. A dear friend of mine is running it, Vinny. I've known him for many years and he's a really great GM, and that's why I'm looking forward to it. And Fiasco is also one of my favorite games as well. Bring something for dessert, something with cinnamon, probably some kind of pie, I don't know what yet, because I love to bake and I am positively addicted to cinnamon. You can find me online on Twitter. I don't check it often, but if you message me I will do my best to message you back. I'm also on Instagram on an account called Witcher Adventures. Witcher Adventures is a LARP that's going to happen in Belgium somewhere in the fall or next year, that we haven't really set a date exactly yet. But we are working really hard on getting everything ready for our first Belgian Witcher events. So please check me out there.
Hi everyone, I'm Mary, as you've known from the previous video. I'm also called Marijke for those who speak Dutch, but Mary will do just fine. As you can see, my players have blindfolds on, which is something I will get to in a minute. I want to introduce the game of Call of Cthulhu really quickly. This is really horror-themed game, so for the sensitive viewers, it won't be like too gory, but there will be a couple of scenes that might have you question your own sanity out of game as well. The reason my players have blindfolds on is because the investigators, the characters they're playing, are starting in-game with blindfolds on as well, and they're only allowed to take them off when their characters take them off in-game. So that will be fun to see how soon that happens. I hope they won't be in the dark for too long. Pun intended. So yeah, let me introduce the characters to you really quickly since they can't do it themselves. We have Emir, who is playing Amir Shosevic. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. He's playing a drifter living in Liverpool, originally from Bosnia. We have Carter playing Leopold Irving, who is a forger based in London. And we have the lovely and amazing Nieve, who is playing Zoe Truxell, a musician from Birmingham. I will let them introduce themselves at the end of the game, as to not break the blindfolded concentration right now. Yeah, so without further ado, let's get started. My dear players, the game starts as you wake up. You are lying on a table. You're lying face down on something soft. Your eyes are closed. There's a faint smell of disinfectant lingering in the air, and you can hear a soft humming sound, like from a fan, probably. Beneath you, you feel the crisp freshness of sheets. You are comfortably warm. You are restrained, though. You are face down on this sort of ring-shaped cushion with your head. Your wrists and your ankles are tied down with some sort of Velcro. You're not worried, though, because you just woke up and you're just, getting used to the whole situation. But when you try to move around, you find that you're really, really tied down. It's really strong.
Are we all in the same room? Can we hear other people?
Not at the moment. You just hear the humming. Maybe you hear someone trying to move the restraints, if anyone is moving already. But when you try to, hear anything, or when you open your eyes, you just see darkness, total darkness. And as you are getting sort of used to the situation, you can hear the rattle of a trolley moving closer. You feel a slight change in the air pressure and the noise of a door being opened. "Good morning," comes a female voice, sounding youthful yet professional. There's a smell of perfume, which is quickly overpowered by the smell of burnt toast. "Have some breakfast," says the female voice. "I'm afraid it's just the usual, orange juice and toast. You can't have anything more substantial until the doctor gives you the once-over." You hear the sound of the furniture moving, perhaps a small table, you think, and the squeaking of metal underneath your face. Emir, you flinch as something plastic is pushed into your mouth. It feels like a straw, I think. Your lips are very dry. Will you take a sip through the straw or not?
Immediately, if my lips are so dry, I'm thirsty. I'm sure that I've been very, very tired.
Good. You feel the sweet taste of orange juice in your mouth. And then, as soon as you're done drinking, you feel a bit of toast, being pushed against your lips. "Excuse me, do you want some?" Will you eat the toast as well?
Mm-hmm.
It's a bit burnt. It's not too bad, but it's right at the edge. It should have been taken a bit better care of.
I'm used to it.
When you're done eating, she moves to the next table to Leopold, and she's chattering about how you all had eye surgery. You remember, "Oh right, that's the reason I was here. I was here for some basic eye surgery. Either you had a LASIK surgery."
Yeah, that's at least what Leo remembers is LASIK.
Exactly. Leo, you will also feel some kind of straw being pushed against your lips.
Excuse me, is this pulp or not?
"Oh no, darling, it's pulp-free."
Oh no, I only have pulp. I only have natural orange juice. Thank you, though. Do you have water?
Okay. I don't have water at the moment, but I will check with the doctor if that's allowed. Would you like some toast, dear?
No, I best not without something to wash it down.
Very well. She rattles on with her trolley to the last table of Zoe. Zoe, you feel a straw pressed to your mouth.
Thank you. And then I just suck it, like, drink it quickly.
Right, you are filled with the lovely taste of some orange juice. And then you get offered some toasts as well.
Thank you again. And then I'll have toast as well.
Good. She rattles about the room a bit more. You can hear some equipment being moved around on your nightstands, probably some table nearby.
Excuse me?
Yes, dear?
When's the doctor due their rounds?
Oh, he's coming soon, don't you worry.
Thank you. Just my wrists are getting sore.
Oh, it won't be for too much longer, I think. Should be fine.
Excuse me, nurse.
Yes, darling?
What time is it?
Oh, it's about 7 in the morning.
Oh, okay, thank you.
And as you've all eaten and drank, well, everyone except Leo, that is, you feel another change in the air pressure, and you hear a door open and close. You hear a male voice with a distinct Far Eastern accent. Good morning, everyone. I hope you had comfortable nights.
Yes, quite comfortable.
Oh, that's good to hear. The man seems to shift about the room as his voice grows and diminishes in volume as he moves around each of you. He appears to be stopping at each bed and picks up something, making yes noises. Perhaps he's studying your medical charts.
Are you the doctor?
I am Dr. Funikoshi. And it's looking all quite good for you. Each of your eyes procedures have gone very well, the man says somewhat smugly. Now, you need to rest for another 24 hours. I'm afraid we can't have you moving around as it may cause complications, hence the restraints. Yes, face down and no exposure to lights. We don't want any of that. None of you would like to have any disastrous complications, eh? Don't want anyone going blind?
But we wouldn't touch our eyes when we're awake. Maybe while we're awake, we can just move a little bit. This is very painful. It's very uncomfortable.
Oh, I will see to getting you some painkillers maybe, but you really shouldn't remove the blindfolds. It is essential that they stay on.
Yes, no, I understand, but do we need to be restrained nearly as heavily as we are?
But you see, when you move, like even the littlest bits, the blindfolds might get messed with, and then the whole procedure will have been for nothing.
Could you at least loosen them slightly? Because I'm starting to lose
No.
a bit of feeling.
We can't risk anything.
I like my lower extremities.
I'm really sorry, but it won't be for too much longer. Like a day, maybe 2.
Well, you said 24 hours, so what would make it
2?
go to 2?
Well, after 24 hours, we will, assess the situations. And it should be fine after 24 hours. Don't you worry about it.
Does he sound like he's not worried at all? Or is he pretending?
I will let you... Oh yeah, you have blindfolds on. Okay, so no dice checks for now. That's fun.
You can roll them for me, I don't mind.
Very well.
You can tell us if we succeed or not.
Okay, I will not tell you if you succeed or not, but I will roll them for you. A psychology check. He doesn't sound worried per se. He sounds a bit smug.
Does anything feel different about my eyes?
They feel like really tightly packed. Like they shoved something on top of them, like heavy cotton balls. Yeah,
so
you
it's
can't
just like
really
a lot
tell.
of pressure.
Yeah, not really pressure. It's just like really full. The doctor goes on to explain about your procedures, about the surgery you had, the laser and intrusive surgical vision correction. Yes, you had a few of you had diabetic retinopathy, vitreous hemorrhage, hemolytic glaucoma, central vein occlusion, macular holes or tears, and other retinal detachment disorders. It's called vitrectomy, a special surgical procedure that removes the vitreous. That's the jelly-like fluid inside your eyeballs, so that I could repair the damaged portion of your eye. And once the defect was repaired, I then replaced the emptied eye cavity with a gas bubble. And since gas rises and the macula and retina are at the back of the eye, you must remain face down in order for the gas bubble to apply pressure to the area in need of healing, and so allow the macula or retina to rebond to the eye wall and a new vitreous to replace the gas bubble.
All
So
of
there
this
you
goes
go.
over Amir's head, like doesn't understand anything he's saying.
He's yeah, you get the feeling that he's not really talking to you, but to himself a little bit, like going over his own procedure. And he goes on, although vitrectomy has a strong successful track record in improving vision, the recovery from it is often far more challenging, as patients must put up with the discomfort of being held face down post-operative position. He starts to move around the room and does some examinations like taking your pulse and checking eye dressings, but he's not removing any blindfolds just yet.
Oh, pardon me, doctor. Is water permitted? I was offered some orange juice, but I don't go in for the concentrate sort. So I wanted some water, and the nurse said she had to ask if that was permitted.
Oh, water. Yeah, I'm sure the nurse will sort something out. Don't you worry.
Okay, great. Thank you. I'm quite parched.
You could have some orange juice if you like.
No, thank you.
He finishes his procedures and he announces that he is happy with everyone's progress. The nurse will be with you soon. And you hear him walking away, the door opening and closing.
I could use more orange juice.
I think he's gone. I think it's just the three of us.
No.
I wish he turned the radio on, to be honest. Can't
That would have
stand
been nice.
silence.
Well, we can tell each other stories, I guess.
There was once a woman from Venus who had... No, wait, hang on.
You know, I'm sort of the mindfulness and meditation sort, so maybe the silence wouldn't be so bad.
As you say that, you hear a blood-curdling scream from somewhere in the hallway, like a very high-pitched female scream. It's close by. You can also hear some high-pitched twittering, chittering sounds. They seem to appear from nowhere. There's more screaming, there's a male voice shouting something in a foreign tongue, and more footsteps. There's a lot of footsteps running up and down the corridor. You hear some sort of suctioning, sucking, swishing noise. It rises in volume. It lasts for about a minute. And then there is silence.
As soon as the first scream was heard, I was already like trying to pull on the, bindings much harder than
You try to pull on the
before.
restraints. Very good.
Yeah.
I will make you do a strength check, which has earned you a extreme success. You managed to rip your wrists free.
My wrists are free. I can move.
Just
Oh, yeah.
take it steady. Remember what he
Yep.
said.
Be careful, certainly.
I don't know if what is in here is much worse than what is outside. Did you hear that? Did you hear that?
Yeah, no, that sounded let's say unorthodox. Can I try to slip my hands out? Like fold my thumb in a little bit, pull it out, or do I have to brute strength it?
No, you can try it. It will be a bit more difficult. But I will make you try it. Let's
As
see.
soon as I can stand up, I would stand up as well and go over to the other beds because I heard everybody else where they are approximately, even in the dark.
Slipping your wrists through the restraints proves impossible.
Okay.
But Amir, you are walking around blindfolded, is that right?
Yeah, I'm just trying to get to the other beds. And, where I kind of heard where they are. I think I would know where to go.
You
and
think you
just
would know where to go.
Yeah.
Right, just take it steady, follow the sound of my voice, and let me loose, please, because...
I'll go third. Please get me out of here.
Very well. Amir, you bump into a table, start to feel around a bit.
Easy with the hands.
You feel like you're being felt up, but quickly you can find the Velcro restraints, and it's not that hard with a blindfold to rip them open.
Okay. And I do the same for the other person. What are your names? Who is with me in this room? Can I hear you again where you are? And I go to the second bed.
My name's Zoe. I came in for surgery, I don't really remember, but it's Zoe. I know that much.
No. I rip open the other restraints on the other bed.
Thank you.
Good.
Leo. Leopold Irving, but you can just call me Leo.
Leo, okay. Leo. Good. Zoe and Leo. Good to know.
You feel that you only have one of those hospital shirts on that's open at the back.
This fucking thing.
But you're still
Standing up and realizing this, like my womanly ways, I just go, oh no, and just like clinch it at the back.
Also, you suddenly notice you used to be like comfortably warm in the beginning when you were lying down. As soon as your feet touch the floor, you are barefooted. You feel the floor is freezing, and it's actually getting a bit colder in here.
I'll go like looking around the room for any clothes or like where the door is.
You look around the room with your blindfold.
With the blindfold, yeah.
How lucky would you say you are?
I am, I think, if I remember correctly, 40% lucky.
Oh no.
That is oddly specific. Let's see. So Emir will now make a luck roll. Luck is also a stat that you can use during the game. Like if you fail a roll with just a couple of points, like 3 points, you can spend luck points to up your roll and then have succeeded the roll. But then your total luck will have dwindled for the rest of the game. Either way, Amir is now making a luck roll to see if he can find something to wear. You absolutely can. You have very deftly managed to find your bedside table. You open it and you find a dressing gown.
And you hear rustling sounds as I'm starting to put stuff on myself. There is something in the next to your beds probably that you can wear. It's right there next to you, I think, where I left you. I found mine.
Oh, lovely. Now that I am sitting up, how do my eyes feel?
Warm. Like not hot, but warm. Will you touch your eyes? Or are you just assessing the situation?
I will.
You will.
Gently,
That's good.
from the side. Like this.
Okay. You can feel some movement. Like, was it just your eye twitching, or was it something else? You're not sure.
I would like to investigate again and feel a little bit more.
As you start feeling your eyes up, you do notice that there is like some wriggling, some twitchy movements.
Oh no. I'm gonna take it off.
Right. Leo, stay calm.
Oh no. I don't know about you. I have something in my eye, like a like a silverfish or a worm or something, I'm taking it off.
You're probably just imagining things coming off anesthetic
Okay,
or something.
Sure.
Just
Well,
As soon as
you
Leo
do
said that, I was
whatever you
taking
want.
it off as well.
I'm going to take mine off.
Zoe's gonna kind of, even though she's sat up, she's keeping her head like this, so like her face is still facing the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Like bearing in mind what the doctor said.
Yeah.
Right.
And you're taking your blindfold off as well or not?
I am not touching it.
Leo and Amir have taken their blindfolds off. As they take them off, they notice a bunch of things falling out of their eyes. They see something on the blindfold that they're still holding, or they have dropped it maybe in a panic. You see a small bunch of small purple worms. They are wriggling about like frantically right now as soon as you free them. They drop on the floor, but they seem to dissipate in the lights. They try to wriggle away, but they dissolve.
Stomp them. I stomp them.
They
Yeah, I would
them.
like capture them, try to catch them as they fall down.
You may
Whoa.
hang on just a second, because they start to melt and they leave a greasy smear. So your hands or your feet may be covered with some grey goop. But seeing those things fall from your eye have you in a bit of a shock. So I will call for the first sanity check right here. You may use the roll 20 to roll your sanity.
Oh, okay.
Amir has succeeded
Hard
in his sanity
success.
check.
Oh man, no, that's a fail.
Ooh.
You failed, exactly. You will lose 1d4 sanity points. So you may roll a 4-sided dice and then subtract that amount from your sanity for the rest of the game.
Well, I'm quite sane, luckily. So.
I would run to Zoe, and there are worms in your eyes. You have to take off your blindfold. You have to.
Are you sure?
I
You're
am
not just
freaking out right
you
now.
also-
I can
Okay,
see.
so you
I'm-
both saw it. Cool. Right. Awesome. Great news.
I think I'm gonna
Fantastic.
vomit.
Just what I need on this.
You've gotta. I will rip that off of your face.
Okay. Right. Let me do it my own way.
Okay.
So, I gently take off my blindfold, like I cup the top of the blindfold, like, and then I take the elastic off and let it fall away into my hand, like rather just ripping it.
Mhm.
And like slowly, gently, like prepare myself for what they're saying,
Good, yes.
but not just like
There's
dropping
no
it before
preparing
anything.
for yourself.
Yeah. You may take your blindfolds off.
Nieve's gone blind.
Poor Nieve. Your characters, though, find that they can see perfectly fine. Whatever eye disease or whatever you were hurting from earlier has been cured, which is nice. Being warned or not doesn't really help, so you may still make a sanity check as well, because there are worms coming from your eyes, and actually seeing the worms falling from your eyes are two different things.
Yeah.
Alright, you will not lose any sanity for now. You were warned, and you're like, yeah, worms, that's not the craziest thing that's happened to me, is it?
And was it the orange juice? Did I hallucinate? But I
No,
couldn't hallucinate it twice.
I didn't have any orange juice either. I'm seeing that. Maybe the orange juice is drugged though, because you guys seem to be taking this a lot better than you should.
Are our emotions calmer, or like because of the orange juice, or do I feel the same like usual?
You feel the same as usual. Except, like, cold, as I said before. It's starting to, like, really annoy you to be barefoot.
Yes, I would like to try and find something a little bit more modest to wear and some slippers if possible.
You will also find your bedside table the dressing gown. And there's also stuff like a kidney bowl and then bandages. And the dressing gowns have a stitching inside saying property of Bethesda Hospital, which is, as you remember, the hospital that you went into to get your eye surgery. Or the normal one, not this one. As you have regained your eyesight, you look around the room. You see 6 beds in total. The 3 that you were on and 3 other beds. They are just neatly made. They don't have anyone on them. There is a smoked glass window in the door that's leading outside. There is a window showing daylight from around the edges of a Venetian blind. On the ceiling are like just little spots to help light up the room. And that's it.
How cold does the floor feel?
Uncomfortably cold, like not freezing, but it's not nice to walk on.
Can I use my general know-how to rip up some sheets, fold them around, and make temporary slippers for myself?
Yes, I would say you can do that without rolling any dice.
Cool, great. Then I will make 3 pairs, because there's probably more than enough cloth.
How generous of you. As you are working on your shoes, quote unquote, you hear some footsteps in the corridor. They're not coming close, you just hear them walking around a little bit.
Should we call
We
for
don't-
help?
You can still speak, just quietly.
Okay. It's very strange. What, is this common in English hospitals? Does this happen often, or?
Horrific murder? No!
Probably not, no! Not to my knowledge, and I mean, I was born in America. I'm used to some rather, let's say, hostile hospitals, but nothing like this.
You know, one time I went to the US, you know, like, you didn't pay your bill, you know, they came round. They really came round, but...
I will. Okay. I don't think we
Oh.
should call for help. I don't know if, we'll get any. But I do think we need to get out of here.
Is any of our personal belongings in the room, Mary?
No, nothing. Only the stuff in your
None of
bedside
our-
table.
I would go to the window and check behind the blinds to see what is outside,
As
covering
you
my
try-
eyes slightly from the sunlight.
As you prepare for sunlight and an actual outside, you find that it's just the Venetian blinds with a painted brick wall behind it. There were like edges of LED strips to simulate sunlight.
Oh no.
What the fuck?
Okay.
I teared the Venetian blinds off.
Okay.
Did you say it was a brick wall?
Yes.
This is madness.
Then, you know, sunlight can damage eye surgery, so they put you in windowless rooms?
No!
I don't know!
No!
Why do
don't-
they have windowless rooms?
That's the question.
Don't UV, like, you know, don't look into the sun and all that!
From my research going into this, they give you some fancy glasses that just, you know, give you horse blinders on the side, and that's it. So, we're in an unorthodox situation. Clearly.
Is there still, like, noises from outside?
You may make a listen check. Listen is in the list of your skills. Alright,
Rickety rock.
you have rolled a 99, which brings me to another fun mechanic of this game. Not everyone uses it, but I really like to. When you fail a roll and you roll doubles, something really, really wrong happens. Like, could be something disastrous. Now you're just trying to listen outside, but as you listen, you're pretty sure it's the sound of something, someone eating something, like, but with a lot of noise, like really sloppy.
I think there's someone out there, and they're enjoying something. Now, whether that's just food or
Anyone trying to
People.
guess what this is may also make a listen check, or move to the door and open it. Try.
I will
I would
listen at
try
the
to
door.
open. Yeah, I would open it, but quietly as possible, just like to look through a little bit. One eye.
Okay, which eye?
Left, I think, if it's opening inside. If it's opening outside, then the right eye.
There you go. Seeing that Amir is going to open it, I'm actually going to back away and hide.
Good, good. Yes, where are you hiding?
Under the bed, because I'm a child.
I'm gonna follow Leo and hide as well.
Okay. You're both cowering under a bed, which still has you quite visible because it's a hospital bed, so it's not like, unless you like pull the sheets down quickly, make a little blanket fort.
Ooh, I'm a
Mountains.
ghost.
Emir opens the door and sees someone not eating anything, but there's actually some sort of janitor mopping up a lot of blood. As the janitor spots you, he sprints away.
What did you see?
It
You
was
see him-
a cleaning person.
You see him
He
run
ran
to the
away.
far end of a corridor, press a button, makes a little bit of a ting sound. He gets in, and the doors close.
And he just went in an elevator and left us here with a puddle of blood outside.
Oh God. Oh God, we need to leave. We're leaving now.
Just for reference, by the way, that's not normal either.
No.
Unless they've dropped the donation tray, that's not normal.
Okay.
And we're leaving. I agree with Leo.
We're leaving. We're leaving now. Did he leave the mop?
You walk outside into the corridor. It's quite a long corridor. There are 5 doors on the other side of the hallway, 5 on your side, including yours, so 4 more. A lift at the end. The corridor is painted in 3 colors. It is white on the top half, green on the bottom half, and there's a lot of red. Oh no, hang on, that's blood, that's not paint. In the middle of all of this blood is a dead body. It is from the nurse, probably the one who tried to feed you earlier.
She's...
Her
Does-
entrails have become extrails.
She must have asked for a raise.
Does she
I
have a
was
bottle of
told that
water in
this-
her hand?
I would like for you all who have seen the body to make another sanity roll,
Oh, lovely.
because she has quite literally been ripped to shreds. Blood and guts all over the floor. It's a success.
Eye worms? No. Eviscerated bodies? Sure. Why
That's
not?
not the weirdest thing you've seen today, you all realize.
It's not.
You sort of file it away in a mental cabinet and think, okay, we should probably
What-
still get out, right?
I've seen worse in a horror movie, but still.
Yeah. Never. Like here. In person. Oh. Okay. Is the janitor was mopping up? Did he leave his cleaning supplies? His little trolley?
He, you don't see a trolley or any cleaning supplies.
Okay. Okay. Oh, there goes that. Just gonna get a spray bottle of ammonia just in case.
And up, we don't see any windows in the corridor either, right? It's just doors around us.
No, you see a bunch of doors, and some of them have the little windows in the doors, but not outside or fake outside windows.
Hmm.
So yeah, you're at one end of the corridor. There's a door straight ahead of you, and then 8 more in total, and then the one strange door, which doesn't really look like a door, but just paneling that seems to melt seamlessly with the wall on the far end. What will you do?
Can we
Go to the elevator, I think.
Brave. These windows on the door, are they frosted or can you see through them?
They are frosted, the ones that have windows.
Do they have nameplates like Consultation Room 1 or even like, Dr. Jones, consultant pathologist?
all of the doors have door handles except one. It has a plate that says push. But it's all the text you can find on the doors. As you're waiting around, by the way, your lovely white shoes have become red and drenched.
Oh, this is
We
not
can't
sanitary.
avoid the blood. It's everywhere, literally in the corridor.
It is really everywhere, yeah.
There's a lot of blood in a person. Assuming this was just one person's.
Yeah, assuming. There's one body, so probably.
Could I feel like I've got a graduate degree. I probably know a little bit about medicine. Could I try and eyeball it and see if this is maybe from one person's body or could be from multiple?
You may make a medicine check.
Which I have a skill of 1 in. So
Ha, you are bluffing.
I am totally bluffing. I don't know why I rolled 2. Okay, yeah, that's a no.
Yeah.
It's very much a no.
You don't know. Could be one person, could be 3.
Okay, great.
So our options are go near the dead body, go near the spooky room, which seamlessly spooky doors that seam mergedly into the wall, or the tiny enclosed box that goes up and down.
But the
Or
box
mysterious
works.
We assume.
But the janitor just went in there. It works.
I say we have a listen at these rooms and see what's in these rooms.
I think that's a good on the way because the elevator's on the far end, the corridor, right?
They could be staircases.
Sure, they could
I
be.
love staircases.
Maybe,
like-
yeah. Those are good.
Zoe, you may make one listen check for all of the doors. I'm not gonna have you roll like 9 individual times. You have rolled an 85, you would have needed a 70 to succeed, so you could spend 15 luck points, but I'm not sure if it would be a good idea this early in the adventure, but it's completely up to you.
No, I'll leave it.
Alright. Well, you put your ear to the doors quickly while there are still people like walking around splishing in the blood. You don't really hear anything on the other sides of the door. Who was going to the elevator, presumably?
Me,
Alright.
I'm leading the way.
You find that there are no buttons to summon it or open the doors, there is just a small keyhole. And like a very small split between the doors.
What? I go for the doors, try to open the split.
You can't really put your fingers between them, it's not that big of a split.
I head back to our room. I grab the clipboards from our charts,
Mhm.
and we use that as leverage.
Okay, good. Smart.
Or we try.
What is this, MacGyver?
I have an intelligence of 85, I'll have you know. He can MacGyver. He's not gonna die in this hospital.
You may make a strength check to pry open the doors with a clipboard.
Oh, so close. So close.
You have rolled a 72, which is just too much strength. You break the clipboard.
Well,
And I just look at it in my hand and drop it. This is madness. What is this place?
well, it seems that we have one more option. And I go to the door that says push.
Okay, that's interesting. You walk into the room and you see a sort of operating theater. There is an unusually low metal operating table in the middle of the room. It is surrounded by metal trolley tables, an angled light array, trolley waste bins, a defibrillator, an electrocardiograph machine, 2 small oxygen supplies, anesthetic, and other familiar equipment to an operating room.
Are there any surgical tools?
There definitely are. As you look at the trolley tables, you find some scalpels of various sizes, rib spreaders, kidney dishes, and the likes. Anything you would reasonably find in an operating room.
I would
Okay.
definitely grab a scalpel or two.
Yes. Yes.
It's also
What?
a bunch of fresh swabs and bandages.
What kind of ophthalmology department has rib spreaders?
Good question.
Well, the kind that wants to put worms in your eyes.
But what's that got to do with the
Presumably
ribs?
I don't. I mean,
I feel my
want to
ribs
think
like
about the life cycle of these worms, but based off of the sounds that we were hearing, I don't know if they would be exiting through the eyes.
Emir is trying to feel his ribs through his hospital gown. You feel something weird around your solar plexus, which is the bottom of your chest.
I rip open the whatever I'm wearing
You-
topside and like look down.
The others are already looking away. You find an incision horizontally across your chest. It's about 10 inches or 25 centimeters wide. And it looks a bit green. Like, not oozing or anything, but it definitely shouldn't be green.
Whoa.
It is currently open. You could stick your hand inside.
I was just standing there, like, doing these sounds, and then, like, holding. I'm looking up at everybody else.
Zoe fully just throws up.
As you feel around, it is a bit slimy actually. It kind of sticks to your fingers a little bit.
Stop touching it.
Yeah, that's not a good idea. That's
But
definitely.
it doesn't
Start with-
hurt at all.
But your hands aren't sanitized, and that's an open wound. That's a bad idea.
It's a green wound. Wounds should
That as
never
well.
be green. That much I
don't
do
know.
know about medicine.
Exactly. Would anyone else like to check under their hospital gowns, or are you just keeping it covered?
I'm just gonna like look down my shirt. I'm not going to rip off my gown in front of everyone.
Yeah, you see a little bit of the green slime.
Oh Lord.
I'm gonna have to look now, aren't I, guys?
The same for you, Zoe.
I didn't consent for that operation.
No, you did not.
I just check everything else that I can, like, or like the limbs I can see, and go, like, and then I turn and I go, Leah, have I got anything on my back? And like I cover like my butt cheeks with my robe. Like, have I got anything on my back?
As far as you can see, well, you do have the bloody feet because of the bandages that you've used to step around in the blood. But aside from, your eyes and the slit across your chest, everything seems to be as it was.
Cool. So, go with me here. Just open your mouth wider, and I just look, and like, does it look normal? Like, is there any like scarring and stuff inside his mouth?
Do you have any medicine knowledge?
No, I've got first aid, but not medicine.
But you can make a medicine roll if you want to anyway. If you have 1 in the stat, maybe you'll roll 1, who knows. You might just be that lucky. No, you rolled a 72, you are not that lucky. You don't really see any scarring. There's nothing like it chewed up inside of the cheeks, or no teeth have been removed as far as you can see.
There's no worms in there. That's got to be a
sign.
positive.
Oh Lord. Okay. I'm gonna. Can I look around for some sort of, I don't know, jar of fermented alien parts or something? Like, if this is the operation room, presumably whatever they're putting in people is kept here. Maybe, possibly.
I would look for a phone.
That's way smarter.
You may each make a spot hidden check.
Ooh.
No, you do not find that. If you look through the waste bin, which is really the last place you're looking, you do find a lot of bloody and dirty swabs and bandages, and that's probably not it.
Are they green as well?
They're not green. Yeah, just
What is
red
green?
and brown from the dried up blood, possibly.
Is there anything green in the room? I mean,
There is
except us.
there is nothing green in the room except your chests.
Can I feel my own pulse?
Yes, you can feel your own pulse.
Cool. Still got a heart or something heart adjacent. That's always a positive.
I don't
Um,
think they took anything. I get the sense that they put something in.
But they could be replacing things with other things.
Oh.
Inside with something, with any kind of swab or anything. It doesn't feel painful, right?
From just moving around, no, it doesn't feel painful.
But if I touch the green stuff in the wound, do I
You are
feel
touching
that?
the green stuff? Oh, this is fun. Which hand
Stop
are you
touching.
What
using?
swab? Right hand with a swab, like with
Oh, with
something.
Okay, well, still you're gonna feel that through the swab. It's just drenched with this green slime immediately, and when you feel it, feels sort of like a mushroomy texture. And you may now make a sanity check for the mushrooms that are growing in your stomach.
Oh.
Oh,
Because whatever is supposed to be in your chest, it definitely shouldn't be mushrooms, and yeah.
oh.
Oof, -7. So you all hear Emir panicking a little bit, like putting his hand inside his stomach, going,
I'm trying to like grab it out. Is it working at all?
That
How
hurts.
far can my hand go in?
Is any one of you watching this as he tries to pull something out of his stomach? Or have you looked away?
Yeah, unfortunately, yes.
He's got as far as this, and I've gone, no, and gone to look at a very interesting wall.
I gotta see it through.
Good, you may also make a sanity check then.
Oh.
There's a lot of sanity checks this early in the game. This is a good sign. Oh, okay, that's good. You may roll a 4-sided die and subtract that from your sanity.
Oh wow, I only lose
It's not
4.
too bad.
Hee-hee.
Just a 1.
Just 1.
Lucky. Good. You see him pull something out that does resemble some kind of mushroom, you think? That's the closest guess as you have. It is very deep, dark green, very slimy, but you can't get it too far out. It just sort of like snaps and bounces back like not like it's alive, but it's very definitely attached and it's not letting go.
Oh! Oh! Oh no! Oh no!
I want to get out of this place.
Yeah, I was just about to say. I think we need to leave.
We try and find a consulting room or something.
Maybe I should stay. I mean,
No.
can they
no,
help
no.
us get rid of this?
No,
I
they
mean,
put it in.
But
I would recommend going to another hospital and filing a complaint with PALS. This is not normal.
I, at this point, would recommend finding a janitor's closet and just pouring bleach over it. That might help. It might be better than whatever is going to happen to us. I'm gonna find a janitor's closet. Leo walks out.
You walk out. You see, the 8 doors that you haven't tried yet, and the elevator door.
So our first room that we were in was like on the far end of the hall.
Mhm.
I'll go to the door that's across from that, and I guess just slowly work my way towards the elevator.
All right. The room across from that is number 2. It's a room sort of identical to the one you woke up in. Only it has just the 3 beds, and it also has a window and the spots in the ceiling and the little bedside cabinets.
There's no charts.
No chance.
No.
I'm going to leave and catch up with Leo, but whilst leaving, I'm going to grab a scalpel and the biggest bladed thing I can see.
That would just be a bigger scalpel.
A bigger scalpel, cool. I grab a tiny scalpel and a very big scalpel.
Very good.
I walk behind with my scalpel in hand and I go, well, if I can grab it again, and if somebody can hold it, maybe I can cut
No,
it off.
I
with
am
the
not
scalpel.
holding your ribs open. Firstly, I am not a qualified doctor. I'm a drummer. Wildly different worlds.
I build
I'll
furniture.
happily hold your hair whilst you're being sick down the toilet. Happily. Done it before. Not holding your chest open though. Next room.
Sure. I just before leaving this room, room 2, I double checked that the window is also fake.
It's also fake, yes. You walk past the entrails and what's left of the body to the next room, which is a pretty identical room to the one you were in before. Also, the 3 beds neatly made, bedside tables, window, etc.
Whilst walking, Zoe's going to think, but when the doors kept opening, it was like an air pressure change. It's all very cold. The windows are fake. Could I possibly deduce that we may be in a basement?
You could reasonably deduce that, yes. I'm not gonna let you
Cool.
make an intelligence roll or anything. You figured it out. It's a basement.
Cool, so we're in the basement. Well, I think we're in the basement of a hospital, guys. They don't do surgeries in basements usually.
No, basements are for morgues. Typically. Do we know it's a hospital basement? Do we?
It's probably a basement.
Okay.
Well, your
The
dressing
hospital
gowns
bits-
are saying Bethesda Hospital, so
I don't.
They could be stolen.
It could definitely be stolen.
Zoe says to the voice in her head.
Is the hospital real even? Did we get duped like those internet scams? Like maybe they were just advertising this shit and they created the hospital for the.
I walked into a real hospital. I'm quite confident in that.
I got in the ambulance. The ambulance took me to what looked like a very real hospital. A very real A&E. And then it's all a bit fuzzy.
That's what they want you to think, that it's real, but it might not be.
Thing is, we couldn't see. Ironically,
Okay, let's press on. I guess.
Alright, Leo, the next door you encounter does not have the frosted window and it seems locked.
Ooh. Is my
Will you-
scalpel long enough to maybe use as an impromptu lockpick?
Oh, maybe you can try. There's a locksmith check that you may roll.
Yes, there is.
I have a pretty decent locksmith as well.
No, I'm quite I did it once in grade school just for fun during lunch, but that's it. I think
it's okay. I tried to open it.
Okay.
Okay, I rolled it twice, but the first one counts. The second
Okay.
one does not.
That's fine with me. You managed to open the door to room number 6. Room number 6. I am, by the way, briefly using the game King from the book. Can you see it? No, not with the blurred background. Call of Cthulhu Britannica, which is an excellent book filled with many good adventures. You enter the room. It does not have the window in the door, but it is light inside. As you enter the room, you see like a sort of curtains in the middle, surrounding what's probably a bed, and there's an empty metal chair next to it. The curtains are white. They seem clean. But once you enter the room, you detect a sort of sickly sweet smell, as if something has begun to rot.
And it's like the rest of the room is pretty much blank, besides the
Yes.
curtains surrounding this bed.
Mhm.
I am going to pick up that metal chair and hold it at the
Good.
So we'll like get the corner of the curtain and like signal Emir to the other side.
I have a scalpel.
3, 2, 1, whip.
Okay. You see behind the curtain a sort of bed with a tent on top of it. The tent is also a clean white, as are the curtains and the bed linens. And there is a viewing slit into the tent, like see-through window, on the right-hand side. And as you look at the window, you see that there's a man inside who seems to be sleeping. You can hear a dry wheezing sound as he's breathing in his sleep.
Can we see his chest?
Yes, you can. You see that his chest and his face are covered in terrible circular scars. They are each like a bluish color. Some give off a yellow pus. Some are just like scars or bruises, and others are stained with dry blood.
Should we wake him up?
You grab the chair. I'll shake.
Okay. Okay.
Sir? And like darts back a second.
That's probably smart because he immediately jumps sitting up and he screams
I hit
so
him.
loud. Like
No, done. As soon as he moves, I am breaking his skull with this metal chair. None of that. Hair trigger.
Devon, get the tables.
You may roll a fighting skill. It's called Brawl at the bottom of your sheets. 83.
Oh,
Oh,
So you try to hit him in a panic, but manage to miss the table completely for some reason. You hit the ground. The man that was sitting up on the table panics even more, and he looks at you and he screams like with his
Whoa,
blood-drenched eyes.
whoa. Are you okay?
He seems to not hear you as he just sits up and screams, "I want to die! Can't take it anymore! Invisible monsters sucking my soul!" He shouts something about no more, or why they're doing this. He grabs you, he clutches you with his hands, and he says, "Run!" And then he falls down on the table with the last breath, and he dies.
I check his pulse. Is he actually dead?
He is very dead, yes.
Oh god. Invisible monsters. Invisible monsters? What's that even?
Well, usually it usually means you can't see something if something's invisible.
Change in air pressure.
I look for footprints in the blood that aren't ours, like that are different than ours.
Mm-hmm.
There's just one set of footprints, which is the janitor probably that ran away towards the lift.
Stock count.
Okay.
Lots of blood out there.
Awesome.
Dead nurse. 3 surgeries that shouldn't have happened. 3 other surgeries that aren't quite what we signed up for, shall we say. And a dead dude covered in spots screaming about invisible monsters. And we're stuck in probably a basement, in probably not a hospital. Is this the current situation, yeah?
Yes.
Right, and when we get into the police, I didn't kill this guy, he just died.
He did. I tried to kill him.
We won't mention that one to the police.
We will not. No. No.
Should we just swiftly move on from this whole disaster?
Is he...
'Cause what are we going to do? He's dead.
Was he wearing a hospital gown? Or was he in
was
normal
wearing-
clothes?
He was completely naked.
Oh, ooh, okay, yeah. Oh, go! God. Oh. Lord. We have to get out of here. We have to get out of here so fast.
Oh,
Okay.
that was the drop that pushed you over the edge? The dead body being completely naked?
Well, it was like the fact that I could like in my mind's eye, I only saw the scars like on his face and on his arms, and now they're everywhere on his body.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what did it for me.
Just because it's the kind of thing that Zoe would check, considering that she's quite modest with people that are alive, and she's covered in like surgeries that she didn't agree to. Does he have his, meat and two veg, shall we say?
He does, yes.
Okay, right, they're not castrating people. Cool, good to check. Let's move on.
But as I'm closing the door on that room, I would just say, but why did he have a chair and we didn't have a chair?
You're worried about the chair? Do you want to hold on to it? It's your chair now.
I will take the chair and bring it on my shoulder, like.
Mm.
Low
I
club.
like the things that you guys are worried about.
Okay.
Yeah. As you look at the chair, you think you might be able to pry one of the legs between the elevator lifts, maybe the doors of the elevator, and then maybe pry it open. But you're free to explore the rest of the corridor as well.
I would try to push the open and make like more of a single kind of sticky situation instead of just a chair. Like try to get it apart into different legs and
Like little
whatever
clubs.
else there's. Yep.
Okay, well it is a metal chair, so I will have you make a strength check, please.
Sounds good. Success.
Yes, that's a success. You managed to make a chair into a weapon. You may now call yourself MacGyver.
Should we look what prize is behind room number 4 then?
I guess.
We could go back to the elevator. I mean,
Good.
I hold
I'd
up the
rather
stick.
want to know there's something not behind us though.
I would
To be
also
perfectly honest.
like to find any sort of records about what they're doing to people.
A computer would be good. A telephone too.
Yes. Yes.
I'll go first, by the way.
Good. You go to the room adjacent to the one you were in, which is room number 8. You open it, and you see a sort of restroom. It contains 6 comfortable chairs. There's your chairs. A water cooler, a refrigerator, a cupboard, and a working surface containing a sink. It all seems fairly new and unused.
I'm gonna open the fridge.
don't open
Inside
the
the fridge,
fridge.
you find nothing but like 1 pint of milk.
No orange juice.
No orange juice.
So, just saying. And there's no toaster.
Does
Okay.
the sink work?
You try the sink and it works, yes.
Get your
I'll
water
get
now.
more water and
Oh,
wash and splash over my bare chest and the wound and.
Okay, Emir starts to undress.
Is Amir completely naked, by the way? Like,
No,
he
just
ripped off his
the upper
gown.
half. Just the upper half.
Okay. Alright, you feel still terrified but slightly more refreshed as you look around the room.
Yeah, I don't see the point of washing up right now when I have to walk through this much blood. So,
Room number 5!
yay!
The room next to that one is number 10. It is locked.
Amir,
There are
Another
still-
locksmith.
1, 2, 3 doors on the opposite side of the corridor that you haven't tried. If you want to.
Another locksmith check.
Okay,
Just
Ooh.
barely.
very nice. You manage to use a scalpel to open the door and find yourself, if you enter the room, inside a storeroom. It contains 2 medium-sized industrial refrigerators and 3 tall cupboards.
I'll look in the cupboards. I'm not gonna look in those fridges. Someone else can do that.
Okay.
I am delegating that.
I took the risk with the last fridge.
I'll take a look at one fridge.
Alright, inside the cupboards you find more surgical tools with scalpels, bone saws and the like, as well as towels. There are spare hospital gowns, linen and bandages, and anything you might find in hospital cupboards, reasonably. I'm telling you this because if you go, do I find this or that in the cupboards, then I will probably say yes, if you think of something to do with it. I'm a very loose GM like that. If you look in the refrigerators, they contain a number of specimen bottles of varying sizes, which contain a wide selection of organs. Each bottle is labeled with the organ it contains, and they have a barcode as well. There's a number of blood pouches, each labeled by type, and they are piled next to a carton of orange juice.
Oh god. This is the fridge where the orange juice was kept.
They didn't teach that in food safety.
No, that's not. If I had a hat, I would eat it if that were actual orange juice.
The
Can't be.
blood packs and like the jars, including which has got hearts and kidneys and other various organs in. Are they branded as well, or are they just like white label which just says lung, for example, or is it got like the NHS logo or whatever?
No, it just has a label made with one of those label printers that says lung or kidneys, like that.
And it doesn't have quotation marks.
It does not have quotation marks.
Long.
Yeah.
Just not necessarily human.
There are no mushrooms in this fridge. Is this in both fridges or in just one that I opened?
It's in both fridges.
Okay.
Yeah, the orange juice is just in the one.
So okay, we heard somebody feeding outside, and there was a lot of blood. Maybe we should empty all of this blood on the floor, and then that person can eat this blood instead of ours.
That is not a bad
And
idea.
I say person, I mean very loosely person.
Yes. I think what might be useful, since we know we're up against something that is invisible, is we keep the blood on us, and then we can create puddles behind us as we progress, and then we will find out if there are footprints following us.
Not a bad shout.
Assuming
Let's just hope they don't fly.
I was just about to say, assuming this monster walks on the ground.
Or slithers, or crawls.
Oh, I hate that word. Ooh. Okay, I'm taking a bone saw. We have 3 doors besides the elevator.
Yes.
I think it's your turn.
I think it is. Lovely, lovely. Bone saw at the ready. Try the door.
Alright. Another door that is unlocked, so you can just enter. Inside is what looks to be a reasonable new industrial incinerator with a ventilation pipe running out into the ceiling. The rest of the room is quite dirty, with black soot stains and grease on the floors and walls. A wheeled trolley stands against one of the walls, its linen sides soiled with dark stains. And the incinerator is sort of like a really large black iron box. And it doesn't seem to have anything burning in it at the moment.
We could burn the bodies if they fit in here.
As you look inside the incinerator to guess whether a body would fit in there, you do see a bunch of charred bones inside, so you would think a human body would fit in here.
You said charred, right?
Not child.
Not child.
I heard
no,
child.
charred. It's
Child,
charred,
okay.
sorry.
Child.
No
Cool.
problem.
Kids. Not exclusively children.
There are no children anywhere in this game.
Good. Okay. All right. Well, yeah, I suppose it would be the right thing to do.
And we have
Usually cremate people at a funeral home or a crematorium, not usually at the hospital.
True.
True. Maybe they don't
By-
want to be burned.
Oh, or maybe they're, just going through bodies, and they need
Look,
to.
I vote we move swiftly on from this
I'd agree.
nightmare room, even in the context of the other rooms.
Yeah. Let's close the door.
Good. If I have been counting correctly, there's just one left. Which is also a door that's open. When you go inside, you see sort of the same situation as a room you've already seen. There's the curtains in the middle surrounding what's probably a bed. Except these curtains aren't quite as clean as the others you saw before. These are a bit stained. They're a bit brownish, like starting from the end going up. And you immediately notice the smell of something very, very dead inside, mixed with the pleasant aroma of lavender.
Amir doesn't like lavender.
The usual?
We don't have the chair anymore.
That-
I have a stick. I'll try and hit it with a stick if it pops up.
Cool.
All right. Yeah, and I got the other side. Bones on hand.
You see the same as before. There's sort of a tent on the hospital table with a viewing window. It's also not white at all. It's discolored with yellow-brown and dark red-brown stains, probably from dried-up blood. There's actually hardly any area of the tent that remains white. It's as if someone poured a giant jug of blood and gravy over the entire tent. There is no obvious sign of a patient or anything beneath the tent when you look through the window, but there is some movement under the pile of blankets.
Ugh. I hit the movement immediately. I was standing ready with the stick from the chairs, and I just started smashing on it.
You hear some lovely squishing sounds, and from underneath the blankets, some very thick yellow maggots start falling out. And they start wriggling on the floor.
Well, they're going to fail CQC inspections.
Yeah, certainly.
I moved back.
The scent is starting to make you a bit queasy right now.
I vote we try the elevator now.
I agree.
As you walk towards the elevator, you notice that you have been leaving a trail of little bloody feet all over the hospital corridor and all the rooms. But you go to the elevator anyways. How will you try and open it this time?
With the metal bar.
Okay, you may make a strength check, please.
As Amir is doing that, I rush back to the storage room and I get fresh slippers for us.
Good.
Repair.
Or heavy boots if there are any.
I doubt.
There are... no, you find some like, cleaning lady slippers. I'm not sure the proper term, but yeah, that's what you find. Meanwhile, Emir has managed to open the door with a loud sound, but you have opened it. You look inside the elevator and see no buttons for different floors, oddly enough. They have open and close buttons. They have buttons on your side, and on the other side of the elevator there are doors as well, which have open and close buttons.
I immediately press the open button on the opposite side.
Alright, nothing happens.
Oh.
And keep pressing.
No, Amir, I think we all need to be in. Close that door and then open the other. That might be part of the pressure change?
Great, we're in an airlock.
Yeah.
Are we in space?
No.
Are you sure?
Bricked off walls.
No.
Air change. Very cold.
I feel like brick walls would not be good for space. That is all I am basing this off of.
It could be brick walls that are painted. Metal walls that are painted like brick walls.
That's so much extra work.
It's to keep us calm. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
We're in space.
We're in not. We can't be in space. That would.
Emir can't have a gaping hole in his chest full of fungi, but he does.
Well, Amir's not. Yeah. Sure. Okay.
Not
Okay.
just me, all of you have them too.
Look,
Like-
I'm denying I've got this whole chest thing.
I have an incision that is green. I do not have whatever mushrooms are growing on inside of you. I have Schrodinger's mushrooms. And I refuse to take that mushroom out of the box. Okay?
What's in the box?
Nothing. Nothing's in the box. A normal working heart and stomach and lungs.
Genuine question. Did any of us see the surgeon before we had the surgery? Did any of us meet, Mary, did we meet the surgeon before we had our surgery? Did do a pre-op round kind of thing, or?
You did not meet him, but you did hear of him, of Dr. Funikoshi. He is a renowned surgeon at the hospital you are visiting.
Have we seen a photo of him at least?
Not that you can remember, no.
Right. Has anyone ever seen this dude? This dude does actually exist, right? And it's not just Steve in janitorial who's very happy with a knife.
Well,
Right?
if Steve in janitorial is very happy with the knife, he's pretty good with one. Either this Funiko guy, our doctor, is a hack, or a hack is pretending to be our doctor. I don't think it matters.
Are we in Criminal Minds? Is this what's happened?
What's the likelihood that the victims in Criminal Minds have a happy ending?
It's about 50-50?
Okay, that feels right.
Depends where you're in the season, I suppose. Like, right at the end? No, you're fucked. But
Okay. I get in the elevator and I have my bone saw in one hand and my scalpel in the other, and just wait.
It is quite cramped, but you do fit inside the three of you if you just sort of squish together.
Yeah.
So you close the door. Which one of you is closing the door? Which one of you is opening the next one?
I'm opening the next one.
I'll close the one behind me.
Okay. The door closes, and you press the open button on the other side. You hear a ting sound, and the door opens. It opens up into a sort of cavern, really. They're not brick walls anymore, just a rocky, rough-hewn tunnel that's leading out of the second set of lift doors. You can see perfectly fine, but you don't really catch a source of light instantly, so maybe it's like built into the wall somehow, you're not sure. It's still quite cold and the floor is dusty, but you have your slippers and your hospital gowns and your bedside gowns as well, so.
Yes, I suggest everyone we leave our bloody rags here, switch into the clean slippers, and move on so we don't leave too much of a trail.
Sounds good.
Shout.
Is there a trail on the floor as we leave the elevator box?
Ooh, yeah. Can we follow the janitor?
You may make a spot hidden check. Go on.
Nope.
I'm gonna spend 6 luck.
You're gonna spend 6 luck. Okay, go ahead.
I am. So that would bring it. Yeah, that would make it a 55, which is exactly what I need to succeed.
So the rest are just guessing because the floor is pretty dirty and dusty that you don't really see a trail. But you, Leo, you think you do see a set of foots leading further on in the cavern, into the cavern.
It's very faint, but I think I see a trail. Should we follow our good janitor into the dark?
You think so, but you come to a crossroads. There's the tunnel splits up in 3 ways. It's straight ahead, left and right. And the footprints just sort of get lost.
Oh.
You don't know where they're leading.
So the good news is we're probably not in space.
And there are still no markings on the walls or on the ceiling. I'm still looking at the ceiling, by the way. How tall is the ceiling?
It's the same height as before.
I jump. Just jump up. Do I fall at a normal pace? Something like 9.8 meters per second?
You start jumping around in the cave. No,
Softly, quietly.
We have slippers on.
We do.
That's true. So you hear sort of a flip sound as your flippers touch your feet, and again, it feels normal, the jumping.
Yeah, no, I don't think we're in space. I don't know why we didn't do that initially. If we were in space, we'd be floating.
Artificial gravity?
Artificial gravity? Really?
Worms! On the eyeballs! Mushrooms being pulled out of chests!
No, we're on Earth. Okay?
Just not in a hospital.
No. We're in a cave system. I found a trail that kind of just ends right here, which is very helpful.
Always go left. Wherever you go, it's always go left.
Unless they want you to think that.
Who?
Well,
The mushroom worm people.
yeah.
I say we just flip a coin.
A three-sided coin?
Or is it? I've just had
God.
eye surgery. I can't see one of the corridors.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine. We need to stick together. We need to work together. Okay. I'm thinking of. No, that won't work because that's still just a binary
Eeny,
choice.
meeny, miny,
Miny,
mo,
mo,
catch a
catch a
piggy
tiger.
by a toe. If it
Yeah.
squeals, let it go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Middle.
Yeah,
Sorry, middle.
Middle.
Carry on.
Okay.
Okay, you picked the middle road. You follow the corridor. Describe to me exactly how you're walking around. Are you still like debating as you go? Are you being like very sneaky, watching the ceiling, expecting anything to fall from it at any seconds? How are you walking?
I'm always watching the ceiling. I can't understand these British people and what they're discussing and their weird accents.
I think once the decision is made, Leo quiets up. So, I will lead the way. I'll be in the front of the marching order. If no one else volunteers, which I don't think someone will.
I have a big stick.
You
so-
do have a big stick, but I feel like if you're not leading, maybe you should be behind looking at the ceiling.
I'll
Right.
happily go in the middle, lads. Protect the damsel and all that. I'm not one for sexism usually, but protect the damsel.
Okay. Sure, yes.
Very well. Leo, could you make a stealth check for me, please?
I'm bad at that? I'm terrible.
Okay, you think you're being quiet. That's all that matters. As you walk into the corridor, you sort of hear a sound in the distance. It's not close or anything. It doesn't seem to worry you right now. It's also not coming closer as you walk on. The corridor has a slight bend to the right. Keeps bending for a bit, and you encounter a set of doors, wooden ones, and they have a button next to them.
I know wood. I like wood. Wood is a good welcome sight to me.
With a button? Are there handles on the doors?
No, but there is a keyhole.
Should we just press the button?
I have a stick.
Shall we assume positions?
Soon. Okay, and I push the button.
And nothing happens.
Amir, do you want to give me the stick and you can try to lock pick?
Yeah, I'll try the lockpick for the third time. Third time's the charm.
Are you
Even
been
though the first two-
successful? I was gonna say.
Nope.
Alas. Zoe, would you make a listen check for me, please?
I'm gonna use my I'm gonna use 8 luck points.
Okay, very good.
Mhm.
That will give you a
Oh,
success.
sorry, ignore that.
That's fine. You've used 8 points to make that failure into a success. And the sound you have been hearing, like in the back somewhere, suddenly reminds you of the sound you heard earlier in the corridor. Like, remember when you just woke up and there was this screaming sound and then the clicking, twitching sound and the suctioning noise? You hear that again.
So it's behind us. I thought we were kind of walking towards it
No, it's in front of you somewhere.
in front of us. Okay.
All of this is mouthed, by the way. I just don't, because I'm fully aware that we have people who may be listening on mute. All this is in mute, by the way, Mary. Shut the hell up. There's something in front of us. It's the thing from back there. So, quiet.
Okay.
So we could either turn around and go try another corridor. We could jimmy the door, possibly. Or we could try kick it in. Thing is, big scary monsters that way, so I vote we go back.
Yeah, I think
Agree.
that feels that. Yes,
This time I will lead the way back.
I give
Okay.
you your stick back.
Well, you find yourself at the crossings again.
Left.
Is it the left that when we're facing the other way, or we're going left now, so that would be the right?
Original left.
The
Original.
original left. So we've turned back round facing the tree and we're going left.
Okay.
Yes.
This is where we all die.
Let's see.
This is
You may-
where. Yeah, this is.
You may all make listen rolls as you enter this way.
Oh, I failed both times. It didn't load. Sorry.
Alright, so you're still focused on the clicking sounds somewhere in the background, maybe following you, maybe not, but the other two can hear ahead like what sounds to be like a bunch of people sleeping and snoring.
Could it be the hospital staff? Or more patients?
What would be the better choice?
Or
Patience, I think.
depends. The one we met back there was not completely with it, shall we say?
True.
And the other one was just a bunch of
Staff
maggots.
might have keys.
Staff may have answers.
Okay. Well, okay. Let's. Regardless, we should go, right?
Slowly.
Slowly, quietly.
Okay, you may all make stealth checks again.
Oh,
Oh
such
no.
fun.
100, oh that's bad.
But I rolled a 2, so it offsets that 100?
You are doing perfectly fine, Amir. Only Leo manages to bump into Zoe, startling her, and you both fall over. You hear a bit of the snoring that was ahead of you suddenly stop.
And I look down at the two of you and I go, what the fuck?
He fell into me!
And I turn towards and get my stick ready.
My scalpel.
I'll wait until I hear something more from up ahead for a little bit, but if nothing comes, then I'll continue forward.
Right, you continue forward. It wasn't that far ahead at all, actually. You find yourselves in a sort of, well, not a room because it's carved out of the rocks that you see. A small room containing, like, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 sleeping mats, 2 fire pits, one of which has like a spit roast. There's some huge chunk of meat roasting above it. There's lots of bones and tools and bits strewn across the floor. There's a big pile of rubbish in the corner. and there are a few like tiny people looking at you, staring. 2 of them are holding scalpels, the others are busy with food. There are 6 of them in total.
What does the food look like?
They, when they see you, they shout something in a language you don't understand. The food looks like a pig, pork maybe.
Yeah,
Oh,
I thought
no.
you might say that.
Mm-mm.
Zoe makes like very wide, like slow gestures, like nothing sudden, just like it's like mouthing, like doing the very British thing of going, "It's okay, we're not going to hurt you, we're just scared."
They wave their scalpels and shout something back.
I'm imagine Amir like my height or taller, maybe up to 2 meters, long black hair, that open chest wound in the staring back at them, and then I just go and wave at the stick in front at them, at the ones that were holding out the scalpel.
Right.
Calm
We
down,
have-
Emir.
There's
Oh,
no
no.
calming Emir down. We are now
Yeah.
entering combat.
No.
And the way that
They
works
were
in
threatening us.
And we could have like
Were
gently
they?
lowered our weapons down.
So British.
So the way the initiative works in Call of Cthulhu is your dexterity scores, which I've already written down, and I'm happy to tell you that the highest dexterity score belongs to Zoe. So you may tell me what you do first. As the tiny little people, 2 of them are charging towards you, 4 of them are like standing up, grabbing something.
She's gonna. Oh, she doesn't want to fight these people. She really doesn't want to fight. She doesn't want to hurt people. She's gonna continue making her wide motions and like trying to lower Emir's arm. Like trying to calm them down. Like, we mean
Okay.
no harm. Emir, put the thing down for the love of God. Calm down.
You may make a persuade check, but it will have to be a hard success or better.
Oh no.
You try to grab Amir's arm, which only seems to anger him more. You make wavy motions with your arms, and nothing really improves the situation altogether.
They are threatening us.
So you keep saying, but who's entering whose bedroom exactly?
Exactly.
Leo,
You're the
you may
one-
tell me what to do next.
I think Leo sees how this cookie is crumbling. So they're holding scalpels. Is there a way? I would like to try to grapple one and disarm them. I don't want to do any stabbing. But a fight is happening, so one of the 2 that are charging Amir, if I could, I don't know, wrestle him.
Okay, I think that would call for a dexterity roll.
Okay, I can do that. I can do that.
Okay, you manage to tackle one. It's not that difficult. They're like 1 meter and a bit tall, so you just knock it to the floor.
And
just
it's
met with-
disarmed?
If you want to, yes, it's disarmed.
Okay, great, cool. That was definitely the objective.
Amir, you are next in the
I just-
row.
Like golf club the little guy off, hopefully off the ground.
Right. Hang on.
Is that
Wait,
a
you're-
brawl or
The guy who's
Yeah.
already knocked down?
no? The other guy that was
Oh,
Yeah, there were
charging
2
us.
charging you. If you go on your character sheet, there's a tab that says combat next to the skills, and if you click on brawl there, it should give you
Mhm.
the right roll with the damage should you succeed.
Nope. I failed. Too much to
lucky.
use luck.
You hit up a bit of dirt to the little goblin or whatever they are manages to dodge you. Actually, when you look at them, they do look a little bit like goblins. They have these oddly round faces, really sharp teeth, and too many teeth, really, inside their little heads. It is now their turn. They will try to punch you all. and they succeed. You may each take 3 damage.
Yeesh.
As a mechanic of Call of Cthulhu, you can just try to parry it, or just try to back the arm out of the way, punch him back, stab them with a scalpel you are holding. You may
Yeah,
just make an
I would
attack roll.
switch over to a scalpel and try to hit them,
Okay.
stab them in the eye or something.
Yeah, at this point, I'm going in with a bone saw.
Yeah, Emir, would you like to go first? There you go.
Yeah, missed.
You try to stab him, but he just quickly turns away. You miss him.
I can roll as well, can't I, Mary?
Yes.
I try to throw a kick and it goes over the heads.
You've actually rolled doubles. You've rolled a 77, so
Oh!
something very, very bad happens. It's not too bad. You just managed to trip and knock over the pork that was roasting on top of the fire, and you're on the ground right now.
That's dinner ruined.
Yeah, that makes some of them rather angry. It is, however, your turn again, so you may try and get up, maybe attack them, or maybe just shout, please just stop fighting, let's have some dinner. Whichever you prefer.
I'll roll persuasion again.
They just don't seem to understand you. Besides, you have ruined their dinner, so no way they're gonna be calm right now. Leo, what will you do next?
I stab one, whichever one punched me, I guess.
Okay, go ahead.
Nice.
All right. Do I get a little bit more than a D3?
Yes, you may roll a d4 and add 2. 5 damage. Very good. These little ones are very, very weak. You've managed to puncture it right through the heart with your scalpel, which causes it to screech like a very high-pitched scream. The others notice this, scream as well. 2 of them run off, and the rest stay. It is now Amir's turn.
Yeah, same with the club. Again, trying to brawl my way out.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
They're just so tiny, and you're so tall, and it's so hard to hit them. You're used to bigger targets.
I'm not used to hitting child-sized targets.
Good.
It's always a good not to have that point of reference, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's always solid.
It's, 2 of them are staying. I will try and kick you. You may try and dodge this or punch them back. Let's see. Yeah, all 3 of you.
I'm gonna dodge this one, if I can.
Oh, that's an option?
Yes,
I've clicked it already, doesn't matter.
that's fine. Zoe, you may take 2 damage.
I dodge.
Amir as well, and Leo manages to step out of the way. And then it's Zoe's turn again.
Yeah, they keep stabbing me. Zoe's now annoyed. She's gonna try stab him. She's not good at the brawl. She's not a fighting person.
None of us have been.
You want to hit it, but at the same time you are like, I don't want to hit you. So,
That's me.
Leo.
Yeah, I'll stab.
Nice.
And then
Very good.
Roll the D4. Which is a 2. You said +2, so 4 this time.
Alright. Seems very upset that you have hurt it. Let me see. It is now Amir's turn.
I'm gonna stop trying to hit them, and I would like to do the same thing like Leo, just push one of them into the fire somehow. Is that still brawl, or is it strength, or?
That would count as a brawl.
Okay. Success. Woo.
You
And
pushed
does
a
it
little.
still take only 1d4, or
No,
does
it
the
takes
fire
more damage
add?
than that. Yes. They have these lumps of cloth on, like not proper clothes, but they are covered. but they do catch fire. And is now running around, panicking, being on fire. The two little ones that have run off into the corridor have stopped. They've not run off that far, they're not too smart. And they have started to chant something in a language you don't understand.
That's not good.
The other ones are scrambling around looking for something sharper to fight with. It is now Zoe's turn again.
Zoe's gonna try and kind of get behind Leo and Amir.
Mhm.
And because I got D&D's point of reference, can I take a dodge action? Like to
Yeah,
try and avoid taking damage?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Good. You managed to hide somewhere comfortably behind Leo and Amir. Leo, what do you do?
How many are left? 4?
Two are chanting. One's on fire. One's dead. Yeah, 4.
Okay.
One is really badly hurt.
I don't like the chanting. So I'm gonna run over. I guess just try and tackle them, just to stop them from chanting.
Okay.
Extreme. Got a 12.
You managed to lock the wind out of its little lungs, and it stops chanting. The other one seems really upset that you've done so. Amir, it is your turn.
I'm gonna leave the one that's on fire to keep her burning. I'm gonna do the same thing to the other one who was chanting, trying to just sit on them. I think because of
ultimate
my
Big Brother move.
bulk, and I just sit on it and keep it down on the ground without it being able to speak very eloquently or move their hands.
Very good. You may make a dexterity check as well.
Success.
You sit on top of it, and it is unable to speak as you are covering the mouth. The one that was really badly hurt has died. The one that was on fire has died as well. You are now sitting on top of the only two that are alive, if I'm correct. Alright. I will take a break from the whole combat situation, if that's alright with you. You may just tell me what you do.
So there's now tiny people with too many teeth and chanting in languages we don't understand.
I collect all the scalpels off of the ground and the bodies. These guys don't get any more sharp implements.
They're shouting, well, the one that is still able to shout. Mumbling something that sounds like Asian. Unhand me, you're pretty sure, but you don't understand it.
What do we do with...
I don't know. It feels wrong, but it might be an us or them situation.
How about we put them in the corridor of scary things? And then let
Them
life
run away
find a way.
and
You know, that's all I'm saying.
I think they would find a way for life to find us. That's my concern. That whatever arm-waving, Pentecostal tongue-speaking they were doing was to get something...
The thing.
The thing.
I suggest we tie them up, bring me rags or anything that you think that can,
Is there... Yeah, I guess I'll look for some sort of rope or something that we can tie them up with.
Do you speak English, little people? Is that, while I wait for them to bring any kind of rope, do you understand what I'm saying now? Can you say something in English to me?
I've rolled the dice to check if they understand you, but they do not.
I just go, Боже мой, and I keep speaking in like Bosnian, like just to myself.
Look, if you guys want to kill the little people, you're more than welcome to kill the little people, but I'm not going to kill anyone.
No, I don't want to kill them. Help me find some rope.
Yeah, you were looking for rope. You may roll a spot hidden.
I wouldn't mind killing them if they were eating human beings on that spit roast. That is my worry. It smells like pork. It is. Does it look like humans?
I'll be honest with you, I don't want to test that theory.
Yeah, no, I don't. You
Because
are...
it tends to end quite badly for the person.
I have a success on my spot hidden.
You do have a success in your spot hidden, which means you do not only find a bit of something that you can use as a rope, but you also find an interesting bit of paper, which I'm now showing to you. Show to everyone. Yes, you should be able to see the handout right now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a text that speaks basically about some sort of god that desires blood. It's called the Divine Lurker in Darkness, and it has some sort of incantation to summon it. Oh no, to banish it.
Oh, that one's sated with blood. When sated with blood, the horror's visage is revealed. Do you guys still have those sacks of blood? Your blood bags? Did you grab a blood bag?
Yeah, we said we would carry them with us.
Yes. That's gonna be useful. Maybe if it feeds on blood, and then we can see it, that'll help a little. It's better than not seeing it.
Reading these words, do we recognize that the little ones were chanting them earlier?
No.
Okay.
We need to speak the words when something's on fire?
Above a tongue of fire.
That could be
What?
flames.
How? Sure.
So we've got to set a fire somewhere and then lurk this horror from somewhere. Also, I love pyromania, so...
Well, we have a fire here. We could just make torches, right? There's some dead goblin people. I will delicately and with as much respect as possible undo their loins, wrap it around a piece of wood, and make a makeshift torch.
I'm sure there was other rags available, but...
Are there... Okay, that's a good question. Are there other rags available? Those were just the only rags I already knew of.
Well, you could go back and check, other cupboards and bedside tables or whatever.
I'm pretty sure we could have found some bandages and some, like, alcohol back there, and that would burn much better than some random
certainly.
rags.
Do you want to go back?
I'm bleeding quite profusely.
I'll try to do a first aid check on Zoe.
Okay.
While we're making torches.
Benetza Hardak Vesnia Akko.
I succeed.
Stop reading!
No, I'm not gonna do the whole thing. I started it in the middle, just in case.
What do I roll to? How much does Zoe heal?
1 hit point.
Yeah.
Does anybody have a Bible? I don't know why I
Considering we
asked
woke
that.
up basically naked.
I know. I'm just thinking, it's probably fire, but a tongue of fire. I mentioned Pentecostal raving. The Holy Spirit is apparently a tongue of fire in the book. So I was thinking maybe if we, like the power of Christ compels you.
I'll be honest.
I'm not one for that kind of stuff, but I would be willing to give it a try now.
I'm not of, the Christian faith, and I don't know the Bible that well, but I'm pretty sure there isn't a beast called, and she looks at the notes, called the Divine Lurker in the Darkness in the Bible. And then there's a big boat.
Well, there's the foul beast of Hades. Is that Cerberus?
Funny enough, Hades, there's a lot of horrible things in Hades. It's the underworld.
Yeah. Okay.
Could be a titan.
Probably fire. It's fire. We don't have a Bible anyway, so it doesn't matter. I don't know why I asked.
Shall we move on?
Yeah, so I have my loincloth torch. Actually, hold on. I searched their camp because they started this fire, so they must have some sort of flint, steel, something. I doubt they did the old, stick trick. I hope they did.
You don't think they rubbed this fire out?
And they might have.
You, in the pile of rubbish that you found the papers in, you also found a box of matches.
Great. Perfect.
And we still don't see any other light source except for this fire.
No,
but we
actually,
can still see, like you mentioned that earlier, we could still see, but we didn't see a light source.
indeed. As you start to really question that, how you can see in what should be a really dark cavern, you think they did something with your eyes to make you be able to see in the darkness, and you may make another sanity check, please.
Lovely. Yeah.
Mm.
I'm still holding out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you may roll a 4-sided die and subtract it from your sanity.
I think the eye operation did succeed. Just not what we wanted. We
They
can-
just threw in some bonus surgeries.
Yeah,
Yeah, quite a bunch.
it's a rewards member program. Okay, it's fine. We can see in the dark. That's kind of nice.
Handy.
Certainly.
You know, I won't lose my keys again.
Are we still human?
We
Or
have
are we
mushrooms
dancers?
growing us.
No, just stop quoting Brandon Flowers. It's not the time.
Amir has lost 10 points of sanity already in this game. So you might want to play a little bit on the going actually insane. That
Yeah.
would be very reasonable of you to do.
I keep, like, as we walk on, I keep just rubbing the wound, touching it absent-mindedly, like I don't notice what I'm doing.
Right, this strikes even more than the hospital. We're in a cave. Stop touching an open wound.
What?
I mean,
What did you say?
You're
Very handsy.
handsy.
Twiddle your thumbs.
It's
Much
fine.
safer.
We're gonna be okay, guys. It's gonna be okay. We're in a cave connected to a hospital. Things are fine. There's goblin men. We're gonna see the sun again.
And a creepy
believe
creature
it.
that feeds on blood. Like, standard Saturday morning. You know?
Well, I'm not a gig musician, so my Saturdays aren't usually this exciting.
Well, we think it's morning, right?
We were told it was 7 a.m.
We were told
maybe an hour
that.
ago.
They told us we did normal eye surgery, but...
We walk
Okay.
on. Do we see anything ahead of us or hear anything?
Did the passage end here?
Yeah, it ends there.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
So I guess we could check the original right passage, or we could try the door.
What do you guys say? Straight ahead? Knock the door down. It is wood.
We should not just knock it down, I don't think.
Mhm. Okay.
Maybe we can find a key.
You go towards original rights,
Original right.
which is also a long corridor, the same as before. It sort of slightly bends to the left and a bit more, and you, somewhere in the background, you hear that twittering sound again. But eventually you arrive at the same door you were before, the one with the... Was it a doorbell or not?
Lockpick again.
Okay, you may make a locksmith check.
Oh,
Nope.
Crowbar it with the chair leg? It's not
Next
not
option.
silent, but it's quieter.
next option. Can
Alright.
can somebody else try it and I can help, or how does that work? Is that an option? Call of Cthulhu.
Yeah, then you make 2 rolls and then take the best one.
Okay.
Be easiest for now.
I mean, I'll try and help. I feel like you're probably the strong. You're pretty big.
Okay, so just to be sure, you're gonna make a lot of noise, right? You know that.
It's less noise than kicking it in.
Yes.
Alright, make a strength check.
Ooh,
No,
actually,
make 2. Yeah.
I just want to try one crazy thing. I go to the door handle.
There's no handle, there's just a
Just the
keyhole.
key.
So on the keyhole, I take some blood from like one of my many cuts that I've got, and I just put it on the keyhole and try and push it.
Okay, nothing happens.
Cool, crowbar. It's worth a try.
Sure. Not.
It talks about blood.
It did.
Oh, it's a success. Let's see if I can make it a maximum success. It's a 9.
Pretty good.
Very good, that is an extreme success. So you do manage to pry the doors open. Doesn't make as much sound as it could, but it does make a lot of sound still, because it is a wooden door and you've pried it open with a makeshift crowbar. And as you stand briefly celebrating your success, you hear the sound that you were hearing before, but it grows louder very, very quickly. Something is coming towards you.
I get a scalpel and a blood bag ready.
Quick, get your blood bags ready. Blood bag.
As you stand there with a bag of blood in your hands, you see from around the corner something floating, slithering towards you, which is called a star vampire. And that's a bit of a misleading name, because it's not a vampire at all, it's more like a bunch of floating tentacles. It's a multiple-mouthed foulness from hell. It appears like a cloud of writhing snakes. It's floating above the ground and emitting a strange clicking sound, accompanied by a high-pitched, twittering, dreadfully alien, human-to-the-ear sound. As soon as you see it, you may make a sanity check. First of all.
I'm standing in the front, so. Oof.
I'm happy to see that all of you have failed. You may roll a 10-sided die and subtract that from your sanity.
I'm gonna use 9 luck points because I really don't want to go insane.
Very good. Then you just use the 1 sanity.
I also rolled double 8s.
Right, so you lose an additional 7 sanity on top of the 10 you've already lost before. You are panicking. You may describe to me what you do as you panic. Do you throw something? Do you run away? Do you charge the beast? What do you do?
I think I would throw the crowbar straight at the creature. and go try to and walk behind the blood holding bag, people holding blood bags.
Okay, make a brawl check to throw your crowbar. You just miss it completely. Like, this is a bunch of floating arms and mouths, and you don't really know how to hit it. And
Exactly.
you cower behind Leo. I will go with the dexterity scores to determine the rounds for this fight again. Zoe, you may tell me what to do first.
You may not want to count this as one action, but I slice the top of the blood bag and throw it
Good.
at the thing.
Very well.
And as I go like, say the words, say the words, say the words.
Leo, you're up next.
Yeah, torch already lit. I pull out the sheet of paper and I go, Aclo, Mer Literalis, Aclo, Venezia, Hardak, and all the way through. Do you want me to chant the whole thing? I will.
I do want you to chant the whole thing, yes.
Okay. Vesnia, Aclo, Numbus, Mer Declath, Comas der Res Nixia, Aclo, Mir Literalis, Aclo, Venetza, Hardak, Vesnia, Aclo, Numbus, Mer Declath, Conas der Resnia, Aclo, Mer Literalis, Aclo, Venetza, Hardak, Vesnia, Aclo, Numbus, Mer Declath, Conas der Resnia, Finis, Deetia, Lunia.
What?
That was excellent, thank you so much. As soon as you started chanting, you noticed the beast freezing up. It starts to sort of, crawl into itself, and by the time you're finished chanting, it has just imploded or disappeared completely.
Holy shit, that worked!
Yeah!
Oh my god!
High five!
Fuck yes!
Let's hope that's the only one.
Oh my god! Are we high?
Well, you have lost more than 10 sanity as well, so feel free to play even more up on the sanity loss than you already have before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you noticed that when we high-fived, there was like green gunk on my hands.
Stop touching the wound!
For a second, my pinky looks like it's actually just like an elongated mushroom. Like a fly agaric, and I'm like, oh. Anyways. Okay.
I really hope that was the only one.
I get the feeling that it was. That we are scot-free, we're fine, and
Just
we get
in
to
a-
go home now.
We're free, we're fine, just in a random cave, not knowing where we are, with a weird chest wound, and maggots that were in our eyes. Completely fine!
I'm trying to stay positive. Okay? We killed a snake monster. We killed a levitating, ethereal snake monster. That's gotta be something.
It's probably the mushrooms!
Oh god, it is. Okay. Let's go.
Let's carry on.
There's another. Yeah.
Carry on! Let's carry on! Amir, stop touching the wound!
There's just like a trace of green around his nostril as well, because now when you say that, he remembers he needs to pick the nose as well.
Just transferring it. Choose one! Preferably this one!
This one.
This one! Or better yet, twiddle your thumbs, find a rock, play with a rock!
So, you start discussing about picking your nose and playing with rocks as you're still in the cavern. What will you do?
I pick up
Where
the
will you
crowbar
go?
again.
Good.
Good?
Keep going.
Yeah, just keep going.
You have the opened wooden doors. Are you going through there?
I'm gonna listen before I go through them.
Okay, you may make a listen check.
The ceiling is still the same height.
Nervously checking the ceiling with your crowbar.
Always.
It is still the same height.
Finally, hard success.
Good.
Nice.
No, as you listen at the elevator doors, you hear nothing. Except the blood rushing in your ears from the monster you've just slain. Or banished for a while, maybe.
I really hope that banish spell was permanent.
Hey, you know what? Let's not wait to find out.
We're not going to!
No.
When it comes back, it may be a bit annoyed. That's all I'm saying.
So there are buttons in this elevator. They are marked 1 and 2, and an open doors button.
Yeah. So I have a question. Is 1 above 2, or is 2 above 1?
1 is above 2.
1 is above 2. This
And it doesn't say. There's no
it
like
only
sign that
goes
says.
down.
There's no sign that says
Main
exit
reception.
horrible hospital through here. No.
Well, then we should press 1, because that's the higher floor, the one that's closer to the surface of the earth.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Alright. All 3 of you in the lift?
Yep.
Yeah.
Good.
I press 1 and leave a green mark on it.
Nose.
You hear some sort of horrible sound as whatever remains of the door tries to close. It jams for a little bit, but then the lift just starts going up. Just don't stand too close to the edge, because there's barely any door left. It takes a while because it's sort of a wooden, shaky thing, but it's not the scariest thing you've seen today, so you're not overly worried. When you're at the next corridor, you see before you 2 doors. The one has a frosted glass window, and the other is a plain wooden door.
And the rocks are still just the cave rocks.
No, actually, it's the bricks again and the wooden floor.
Right. This is a weird structure, but okay, let's roll with it.
All right, fine, sure.
I'm gonna
I'll look
listen
through
at the
the window.
doors.
Okay, make a listen check.
Can I see anything through the glass on the?
Let's see. You hear nothing behind the doors, and behind the frosted glass you can see what's maybe like a lamp burning, but that's it.
I try for the lamp burning door and see if it opens.
No, that one is locked.
Damn it. Try the other one.
What does Zoe hear before you open that door?
Oh, Zoe hears nothing. Well, I mean, she hears whatever she should normally hear, but nothing behind the doors. She's not gone deaf.
Let's break in.
The other door, is it locked as well, or?
No.
Okay.
Let's see.
Let's try it for that one first.
It's not a room, it's more of a small cupboard, but you do find boxes with your names on them.
We gotta open those boxes.
Open my
What's in the
box.
box?
They contain your clothes and shoes that you were wearing before you had the surgery, along with anything else you might need. Wallets, your knife if you brought it to the hospital for some reason. A phone.
I
if you had
always
it.
bring my knife with me. Yeah.
Do I have my pen?
If you want a pen, sure, you have a pen.
Oh, this is a special kind of pen.
What are you,
That
James
I sent you a
Bond?
Discord message about a couple weeks ago.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah.
The pen.
That pen.
Thank you for reminding me. Good.
Okay, cool. Then I'm
there's-
getting changed. I would like to look like a human being.
Yes.
She's gonna
me
go to the
too.
corner,
Better
point
shoot.
it to it and go, turn around!
Of course.
She'll put her tank top and her jeans and stuff back on. She'll take her gown actually and she'll wrap it around her chest where the wound is. Just to keep a layer between her and that. Because she likes the top.
Yeah.
She likes her vest. And she'll put just one earphone in and just put music on.
I call 911, or I don't know what British 911 is.
999.
999.
Okay.
I call 999.
And it's free!
It's free
You
to call
sadly
911.
have
Feeling
no
like we
signal.
Oh, okay.
Of course we don't. I don't put a shirt over the wound. I leave that open. It's easier to touch if you don't have anything.
Don't touch
You
it!
don't want to touch it. we don't want you to touch it. You really, if you think about it, you don't want to touch it either.
I don't know what you're talking. Oh, you mean this? Oh, okay. I'll put the shirt on, but I don't button it up all the way. Lock picking. I had no idea that this skill would come in so useful.
Yeah. We gotta lock
Let's
the
go
other
with-
door.
Okay.
Yeah. What else did you say was in the cupboard? Was there anything useful? Sorry.
No, they're just empty boxes.
I have another fail.
Ah, that's too bad.
Can I just roll for luck to see if I can break the lock more easily with this fail, or I don't know.
No, but I will I will allow you to roll the locksmith skill again. You just, take a moment to catch your breath,
I
concentrate, and
hand you
try again.
another gremlin scalpel to use.
Yeah,
I'm
this
glad
time
you
I
finished that with
succeed.
L, not just scalp.
Scalpel. Oh,
Ah, that was the right scalpel, it seems. You managed to open the door. You find yourselves inside an office, a very well maintained, modern, very tidy office. There's a large oak desk that dominates the room, behind which are plate glass windows. To the left-hand side of the desk is a tall metal filing cabinet, and opposite the door from which they entered is another wood-paneled door. Atop the desk are a reading light, which is burning at the moment, which is what you saw through the window earlier. There's a collection of neatly arranged stationery and a name plaque for a Dr. Funikoski.
I just go through the table. He is not gonna need anything that is left in his office anymore. I think.
The desk has a single drawer, but it is locked.
Locksmith again. let's
Scalpel.
go.
Scalpel.
Go on.
Scalpel,
well,
please, nurse.
I take the chair and I throw it at one of the windows.
You may make a strength check for that.
Lovely.
I failed.
Yeah, you did. You did not open the desk drawer.
I also fail.
You did. The chair bounces off the window. You didn't throw it hard enough. You just duck quickly to avoid it.
Is the window an actual window?
Well, that's what I was trying to find out.
Well, at first glance, it does seem like an actual window. You are above ground.
Awesome.
Wait,
Does
can I
it
just
open?
open it?
No, you cannot open it.
It's just class.
Um,
I'll give up on the drawer, or if I can like push it and carry the drawer with us, I would do that. Like just
No, it's like a massive oak desk, so no.
massive oak desk.
Amir, could you try smashing the window with your crowbar or your chair leg?
As you ready your crowbar, trying to smash the window, someone suddenly walks in through the door, not the one which you came through, but the other one. It is an Asian-looking doctor. You presume this is Dr. Funikoshi. And he's like, my subjects. How lovely to see you. How are you feeling?
The word is
I
patient.
immediately smash him through the head instead of the window, like just full swing, just go bang into his face.
Yeah, fair.
The picture on mind is Amir goes to the window, goes, oh no, and just clubs the dude in the head. Just one
Redirect.
swift motion.
Very well. Amir, you may make the first attack roll.
I have the most massive fail I've had today, I think.
He just quickly dodges out of the way. It is like, oh, please, there's no need to fight. Please, just let's calm down and have a little discussion. What would you like to
I
know?
disagree.
So,
Yeah.
there's gonna be a lot of swear words. I'm sorry, chat. But, okay, right, first things first, the word is patient, not fucking subject, to start with. That's a beautiful word, that is. Patient, not subject. Also, what the fuck are you doing? Worms in our eyes and chest, and we didn't consent to chest surgery. That's quite dangerous. You're an ophthalmologist, not a cardiologist or respiratory surgeon.
He does plastic surgery, Leo says as he slowly pulls a very fat pen out of his pocket.
The doctor's like, yeah, I know. I've really improved your eyesight, haven't you? You managed to find your way across the caverns. That's brilliant. Allow me to explain, please, if you give me just a moment. And he turns to the filing cabinet next to him. I'm just getting the information you need. He's taking some
Is
files.
he? Is he?
As soon as he unlocks the file cabinet,
Mhm.
I'm gonna shoot at him. Because the pen is actually a stinger pen. from
You
the
are
Cold
James
War.
Bond.
It's a 22. I can fire one round every 30 seconds. It takes forever to reload. But I have a gun. May I?
You may.
Hard success.
Very good.
8 damage.
8.22 is oh yeah, 8 damage, perfect. He's shot in the back, which is very mean, very rude. Let me just quickly look at his hit points.
Oh no, did I hurt his feelings?
He curses something in a language you don't understand and turns around and starts to grapple towards his desk. We will now continue with the fighting rounds as per usual. So Zoe, it's your turn first.
Again, coming from D&D, is speech an action? Like talking to each other?
Yeah, you can. It's not as strict as D&D. Like rounds are not 6 seconds, but what you would reasonably do in one fighting round. So
Cool.
you can just talk, do something else.
Say the word, and I slash a blood bag and I throw it at him.
Leo, it's your turn.
I wasn't expecting that, but
Say the words!
sure, yeah. I still have the torch. I presume it's still going.
Yeah.
Let me pull up. Where's my note? Okay, I begin to chant again.
You begin to chant. Amir, what do you do?
Hitting him over the head. Not Leo.
Probably.
Sorry,
That's probably gonna do it.
What are you doing? I smash his fucking skull in. That'll do it,
Reroll.
lads.
Roll, please.
Success.
Okay. Let's say roll a 6-sided die for damage. I can't be bothered to actually look it up.
Ugh.
Well, you do manage to at least hit
One.
1 point of damage. That makes it the doctor's turn. He sort of looks at Leo, impressed, like, oh yeah, you're using a language I've heard before. That's very well for you, boy. As he is hit in the head, like going, oh please, and he goes towards his desk, opens the drawer and takes out a gun, but that will be it for his round. It is now Zoe's turn.
I'm just gonna tackle him.
Okay.
He's got a gun. I'm British. I've never seen a gun apart from the pen.
I'm an American.
I guessed.
Sure, make a dexterity check.
I'm using 5 luck
Oh.
points.
Yeah.
6 luck points, whatever.
5 luck points.
5's okay.
And then you manage to grapple him. He's still clutching his gun though, but you have pressed him to the ground. Leo, it's your turn.
Shoot him again, shoot him again, shoot him again!
I can't reload this. It takes very long. It's a pen. It holds 1 charge. And I don't have any other ammo with me because why would I bring multiple rounds to a hospital?
Why would you bring a gun to a hospital?
It was a pen. I forgot I had it on me. I'm going to take my bone saw and run it across his neck.
That is horribly disturbing.
I've lost a little bit of sanity,
You have.
and he's responsible for it.
Well,
Don't well me. So is that a brawl?
yeah, sure.
This is a brawl. My first brawl roll with
Critical success.
That is brilliant. You just managed to saw his head clean off. It was a very sharp saw.
I like hold the head and I go, oh, drop it immediately. Oh my god, I did not mean to do that.
All right.
Leo!
Just in case
Zoe!
I grab the gun from the guy's hand, just like push
Just in
it
case.
away,
Yeah.
just in case.
Good.
Bear in mind, I was holding the guy.
Well, he still had the gun. It was dangerous.
Is the blood red?
Good question.
His blood is red. Yes.
Okay. But the drawer is unlocked and open, presumably. Is there anything else in there?
No, it was just a gun. And the files he had taken before do contain your names.
I don't read in English very well, so I'd be standing next to the door leading out, presumably into the outside world, and just checking if somebody else is coming or something else is coming.
You have the gun ready?
I'll keep the gun like in the back.
Since you have it, I'll turn and be like, I don't mean to be insensitive, but you know proper gun safety.
I just do the things showing loading, reloading, locking.
Okay, great, cool, amazing. That was my not meta way of being like, how's your gun score?
It's pretty decent.
Okay,
But,
cool. Mine's not good. It's 5.
Yeah, but
I take
it's a big question if I would have hit the target, but I can use that gun.
Just throwing it out there, guys. The pen gun, I take it wasn't silenced.
No.
Cool. So, here's the thing, Leo. We're in England. If someone fires a gun,
Okay.
not at a gun range,
Not to be a real American, but a 22 is not that loud.
it's still pretty loud. It's still a gun.
It is loud, but it's like it's not that loud. And considering they've been able to hide the screams of bodies and everything, you know what? I hope it's loud enough for the cops to come.
Thing is, cops will tend to turn up with bigger guns.
Okay.
And Amir is holding a gun.
Okay, it's in.
They will shoot him. And then probably us.
Well, all I've got is a pen. Anyways, I read the chart.
As you open your file, you see that only your name has been written in English and the rest is in some sort of Asian language.
A lot of useless stuff.
I get out my phone,
Oh.
go on the camera app, because Android has live translate, and hover over it, and translate the text.
Well, you do have no signal though, so you might try that later outside if you take them with you.
I'll do that.
You can take
I'm
a
just
photo
going to
of it.
take photos of
All
the
that.
file too. We'll keep the file with us, but I'm gonna take pictures.
The Pixel
Okay.
has a great wide range of
This
products.
was sponsored by Google.
No sponsors here today.
No sponsors.
We are the sponsors actually, but let's quickly carry on and wrap up this session.
Do I see anything in the corridor outside while they go through
It is
this?
a fairly long corridor, but it just leads towards a door that you can open. It's not locked or anything. And you find yourselves in a very, very normal hospital. You are still quite dirty and everything, but this is your way out. You can call the local authorities, you can find someone for help, you can do whatever you want. But this concludes our adventure. This has been Call of Cthulhu. You have all survived. You have lost quite a bit of sanity, but you're all alive, which is more than what happens in most adventures.
Quite the accomplishment.
I'm actually
quite
still
the
pretty
accomplishment.
sane.
Yeah,
Yep,
you're
that
fine.
is
Only
true.
17.
You took a beating. A
Oh
little bit
yeah,
more than
I've
everyone
got
else.
several broken bones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think Vinny in chat just put it well. We survived.
Survived. Yeah.
I mean,
okay.
We
so
don't know what's gonna happen.
I was gonna
with
say
the
we call the
mushrooms.
cops, but then also like I need to find an orderly and just lift my chest and be like, help.
Oh yeah, let's make more people lose their sanity. That's an excellent idea.
No, but like,
Just go to A&E. Hi, so I had an accident whilst in the hospital, but the surgeon that did the operation, he's died. Could someone just, have a look at my chest? Like, it's not chest pains. I've got no chest pain, but there's a big gaping hole that's green.
massive
Could someone,
gaping.
be cool to look at that today?
Yeah, that's not good.
I understand there's waiting times, obviously, but, times are tough, and
Yeah.
there's 3 of us, by the way. There's me,
Yeah.
there's Leo, and there's Amir, who keeps
I feel
touching
like
it, actually.
If you see it, you'll probably bump us up in line a little bit. Maybe.
I'm not
Do you want
sure
to
if
go
it's able
remember-
to, like, send it to the
triage?
psych ward first, or just immediately
I would
to
remember
surgery.
the door that we came out of, though. Just make sure that we know, like,
Yeah.
where it leads to, what the sign is, if it has any signs or anything
we have
like that.
Do we have signal now that we're in the hospital? Can we
You
like
do,
read our
yes.
file?
Yes, you can read your file.
Live translate it?
Mhm.
Is there anything like why us?
Why us? Let's see. I'm not gonna have you roll any more dice. Basically, it's because he came in for surgery, and Dr. Funikoshi was like, "Oh well, this is a promising subject. He never writes patient anywhere. It's always subject." And how he's gonna improve everything, make everything so much better, and he has such big plans for all of his subjects. But and then a description that some words seem to fall out of because your app just doesn't recognize them. You might want to find a different dictionary for that one.
The occult for beginners.
Just because we didn't use them, can magic points help us in deciphering this at all, or?
I just realized I super forgot to make you spend magic points as you read the incantation.
Ah.
Well, I'm quite a powerful individual. I had 14. Would that have been enough?
That would have been enough, yes.
Okay.
It would have
Nice.
cost you 1 magic point per 10% success rates. So you could have just spent 10 points and then be done with it.
Oh.
That would have been fine.
Okay, cool.
Awesome.
I'll change my magic to
Yep.
4 for the moment.
Sure.
Would we have been able to, like, him do if he only had 10 and if I used if he only had 6 and I used 4, would we have been able to combine it into a successful read, or?
I think I would have allowed that as a GM, yeah.
Nice.
Good to know.
Yeah, I'm not too strict on all the dice rolls because mainly I play so many systems myself and I can't fully remember the specific mechanics of every game. So I just go along and sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, there's a skill set for that. Let's try and roll the dice. That's just
Sounds
how
good.
I roll. I'm sorry. So yeah, this has been one of the silliest games of Call of Cthulhu I think I've played, but it was wonderful. I really enjoyed it and I hope you did as well.
I think we can agree, guys, that after this small incident, we'll go separate ways.
Never. I never want to see either of you again in my life.
So,
Already forgot your names.
I never
Cool.
learned them.
nice to meet you, Bill. Nice to meet you, Ben. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Sound. Sick.
Great.
Alright, you go your separate ways, never meet again. No follow-up adventures, sadly. So yeah, we will conclude our adventure there. If you want, you can quickly tell the audience where to find you if you're doing anything else. Nieve, you want to go first?
I'm Nieve. I exist on the internet. I predominantly do roll for good, so I make all the stingers for the games. So like that one that you had with the big lightning. Mwah! I made that. I've made them for all 6 games. I'm part of graphics. I also wrestle in Stoke-on-Trent. If you ever want to come see live wrestling in Stoke-on-Trent in England. I also do commissions for graphics. You can find me on my Twitter chat on Twitter at, I can't remember my Twitter tag. Hang on, Nieve_Snow15. That's how often I give it out. or on Facebook under Gorilla Productions. I make mostly wrestling stuff, but I also do stuff for games and whatever. That's me. But thank you, Mary, for the game. That was my first Call of Cthulhu, and that was wonderful. So thank you.
Thank you so much. Carter, what about you?
Yeah, you can follow me on TikTok or Instagram at Carter Scott Horton, or on Twitter at Carter S Horton, because apparently Carter Scott Horton is just too long for Twitter. I have a tiny little company where I write 5th edition content under the open game license called Quarter Elf, and if you're interested in grabbing a couple adventures or like a tiny little packet filled with new spells and character subclasses and races, you can head over to bio.site/quarterelf. That's bio.site/QUARTERELF. I'll post that in Roll for Good's Discord at some point. Now-ish. No, I'll put it in chat. That makes more sense. That's way more immediate. But yeah, that's me.
Excellent, thank you. And Emir, what about you?
Hi, my name is Emir Pashanovic, and it sounds very Slavic, I know, but I come from Bosnia, and I'm writing 5e content on DM's Guild mostly these days, so you can look me up there. That's Emir, Emir Pasanovic, everywhere, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, if you have it still. And usually my username is PASANOVA. So yeah, just look for me there. But yeah, thank you so much for a great game. First time playing Call of Cthulhu as well, and it was just lovely.
Great, thank you all so much. I was your GM, Mary. You can find me on Twitter at Ethanolin1. I'm also Ethanolin in the chat on Roll for Good. I will be there for probably 1 more hour until it closes tomorrow all day. Feel free to message me or whatever. I will thank all our viewers for following this game. I hope you will stick around tomorrow as well. Don't leave just yet, because the MC is gonna go into the giveaways into a minute. So yeah, I will catch you all later. Tempests, sign us off.